Once you apply a material with a map to an object, there will be many times where you need to set the size of the map pattern to be a very specific size. In this lesson, we're going to adjust the size of the terracotta tiles that we applied to the floor in the lab so that they are correctly sized. If you're continuing from the previous section, then you don't need to do anything special. If you're starting with a new scene, open the file Chapter 4 Interior Material 07.max. If it's not already open, open the Compact Material Editor and select the material that we were using for our floor tiles called tiles_terracotta. The first step is to analyze the map. We can do that fairly easily. Double-click on the material sample window. This will open a larger render sample window that we can resize. So if you want to go ahead and make it a little larger or a little smaller than it currently is, I'll leave that up to you. This will make it a lot easier to see the map that we'll need to evaluate. The next step is to turn off the Show End Result option in the Material Editor toolbar. Currently, the preview window is showing the end result of the complete material, including all the texture maps and parameters for that material. We only want to see the map at the level we're currently at in our material hierarchy, which happens to be the tiles map. Click on the Show End Result button to turn that option off. In the preview window, we see just the map now. Now we can analyze that pattern and determine the size of the area we want this map to cover. What do we need to know first? We need to know how big each tile is. How big is a terracotta floor tile? It could be 2 inches by 2 inches, it could be 2 feet by 2 feet. And we need to make that determination first. Let's say we went to the store and we're going to buy a typical terracotta floor tile that's 1 foot by 1 foot for each tile. In our case, we're going to be measuring from the middle of the grout between one set of tiles to the middle of the grout between the next. At 1 foot by 1 foot for each tile, when we analyze the map, we have 4 tiles across and 4 tiles down. The number of tiles horizontally and the number of tiles vertically is determined by the horizontal count and vertical count in the Advanced Controls Rollout tile setup area. So if our tiles are 1 foot by 1 foot each and we have a 4 by 4 pattern, that means that our pattern size is 4 feet by 4 feet. We need to know that information to be able to project it correctly onto the surface of our geometry. We've analyzed the map, we've determined the size of the area that will be covered, 4 feet by 4 feet. It's important to remember that number or write it down if you like. Press Ctrl S to save the file.